Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is a video to get you through how to create your career research presentation in Google Apps, which is what we're using. So, first you need to open up Chrome or Firefox. You cannot use Internet Explorer even if we're working on the Dells. Internet Explorer does not play nice with Google Apps, so make sure you're in Chrome or Firefox, it doesn't matter which. Once you open it up, you need to type in hcpss.me. You notice there is no www, so just type in hcpss.me. Then you will get this page here, which is your opening page for your school system, for your Howard County apps. Then you're going to click on Google Apps, which is our Google Drive. And you'll notice my Google Drive is going to have a whole bunch of stuff on it. Yours may not have much at this point. But what you need to do once your drive loads is you need to come over here and create new. And you're going to create a new Google slide, which is a presentation. It will open up in a new window, and you'll notice that it is untitled. So the first thing I want you to fix before you play with anything else, once it loads, we're waiting for it to load, there are two things I'm going to want you to do. First, I'm going to want you to, let's just ignore that for right now. Type up here, you need to type your name. You need to type your period, so this is 7B, and you need to type career research. This is our career, so you're typing in your name, the period, and the name of the project. So that's the first thing you're going to do. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to click over here on share. Because in order to turn this into me, you need to share it with me. So you need to, right here, you need to type in Shauna Chesser. Pick the top one. The other one is another name. You'll notice it's my maiden name. So you want to pick Shauna Chesser. And you make sure that I can edit, because that way if I need to send you a message or something, I can do that. So then you click send. So then it is titled properly, it has been shared with me, so then I can start working on my actual presentation. So first I need to pick a theme. So I can go over here and look at the themes and find one that I like. It really doesn't matter for this presentation. You can kind of have fun and use whichever one you want. This one looks kind of fun, so let's do this one. So then you need to pull out, and I'm just going to pull it up here, your worksheet that shows our research. So the first thing I need to do is an intro slide that has my career name and an image of someone in that career. So first I need to type teacher, because that's my career. I can just delete this second box, or I can leave it there. So if you click on it, you can hit delete and it'll go away. You can also click on one and kind of move it up. That little red line tells me it's still centered on my page. So teacher, and maybe I want to say teacher by Shauna Chesser. Now if I think this text is too big and I want to make it a little smaller, I can highlight it and let's see. Oop, nope, wrong thing. Sorry. There it is. And I can make it a little smaller, so it's up over here. So I think that's still too big, so let's make it, that's a little too small. So I can sit here and play with what size I want things to be. There we go. Now I need to add an image. That means I need to go over here and go to Google and look up teacher and then click on images. So then I can find an image. This one seems kind of fun, so let's use her. So I'm going to go view image, and there's two things I'm going to do. First, I am going to save image as. I'm going to save it to my desktop so it's easy to find. I can even rename it teacher so I remember. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link. Because as you noticed, if we go over here, it says image cited correctly. For this assignment, how I want you to cite your image, and any image you use, and if you can click and put a text box right down here, and then paste the link. So I want that URL. You don't need to cite any other part for me for this project, but any image you use needs to be cited. So I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say include image. Now you can just drag the image here if it's easier, or I can choose an image to upload since I know it's on my desktop. I got a lot of stuff on my desktop. And I can just pick it up from my desktop and click open. And then there it is. I can then click and move it and center it so that it's not overlapping my name. I can make this a little higher so that it goes more. I can take that thing here and move it so it's lined up with the bottom. I can also grab any of the corners and shrink it if I want to make it smaller, or if I want to make it, let's say, bigger. I can do that. But you notice I lost my little citation, so I need to move that down more if I'm going to make it bigger. And those little red lines tell you when things are lined up. So I want it lined up with my teacher, and then this can get lined up to the bottom edge, and there we go. So now I've got my first slide. In order to add my next slide, I have to unselect that slide and add, and I have to pick a section. So one of the ones that you can do it in several different ways. You probably want to do either title and body, or you want to do probably title and body, or title in 2 columns if you have a lot of information, or even 1 column text, because this would allow you to add another image if you wanted to. You only have to add the image to the first page. Any other images are additional and do not need to be added. So I'm going to use title and body, and then I'm going to go back to my rubric. I'm going to see job description. So I need 3 slides, 1 with each of your questions. So the header needs to be my question. What do teachers do? So there's my question. Then, in what you need to do here is, and I think, yep, put a little line so you get your bullets, and then I answer from what I got from my first source. So if I write teachers plan lessons and teach students, then what I need to do is put open parentheses, source 1, close parentheses, and then teachers create lesson plans and curriculum, source 2. So you'll notice, so I had to fix my spelling, and I forgot to put in my periods. They are both complete sentences. So even if your notes are not complete sentences, your answers here need to be. And you need to have any of your source information. So if I didn't get anything from source, I can have 2 bullets under this one. If I got information from source 3, I just hit enter and type in my source 3 information and then source 3. So you need to do this for each one, for each of the questions in the job description. So each of your questions are your headers, at least 2 bulleted complete sentences cited correctly from your sources that answer your questions. Then I need to do 3 for education, my 3 education questions, 3 for my skills questions, 3 for my talents questions, 3 for my famous people questions. And last but not least is my works cited page, which I am going to show you how to do. So you're going to go back and you can just create another one, keep creating them. Alright, so once you've created all your slides and you're at your last slide, then you go in and the slide needs to be titled Works Cited. Okay, then you need to list your 3 sources by order. Now normally you would list your sources by alphabetical order. For this assignment and this assignment only, I want you to, especially since we listed them as source 1, source 2, I want you to list them the same way. I want you to list source 1 equals. Now source 1 should be your hard source, so it should have author, last name, first name, period, space, space. Title of book needs to be underlined. So then let's say Teaching is Cool is the title of my book. period. Take this and see how I went to more, and then I go to underline so that that is underlined. Space, space. So teaching is cool. Then I've got my place of publication. Let's call it Baltimore, Maryland. And then a colon. Oops, sorry. Colon. Publisher. Fun Publications. Comma. Date 2005. Dot. Print. Period. So then source 2, which for some people will be a internet source, and some people will be a hard source. So you've got to follow the correct format. I am going to cite a website, so this is going to be no author, because most of the websites don't have authors, period. The title of the article, teachers, or let's call it teaching as a career. Comma. So the site type, and then it's from careers.com. That needs to be, and then period. So then careers.com needs to be in italics. So once I go, again, I go up to this more. I go to italics, space, space. Let's see, date posted. So then we'll say it's 2011 dot web dot September 30th 2015 period, space, space, URL in angled brackets. So we do that angled bracket, www.careers.com /teachers /high _ school. So it's all of that information, period. And then I've got mine. Then I need to do my source 3. Once I hit enter, it's going to make that into a link so that I can actually click it, and it'll take me directly to where I need to go. Oops, teachering is a misspelling, so we got to fix that. Source 3 equals, and then you put whatever your source 3 was. So by the time you are done, your presentation is going to have a lot of slides. Each slide is going to be written in complete sentences. Your first slide is going to have an image and your title of your career. It's also going to have a citation for the image. Your works cited is going to have all 3 sources listed by order of use, not alphabetical order this time around. Next time around we'll do alphabetical order. And all of your slides are done. Once you're done, you don't have to share it with me because you've already shared it to me. You do not need to save on Google Docs, so you can just close and be done. So, get started on your Google Doc presentation.